Good day to everyone who's watching the video today. So our lesson today will be based on dual channel, the non-textbook, and pages that we are going to touch on will be from page 95 to 97. So there will be 3 pages, and the objectives for the lesson, there will be 3. 1, we shall write a recount on a robbery that you witnessed, and there will be a concept map given to guide you along in writing the essay. And 2, we shall learn or revise on passive sentences. And as for objective 3, we shall correct the underlying errors. So for 2 and 3, it will be on grammar practice. So let us start our lesson right away. So here on page 95 itself, we shall write a recount. And don't forget to write down the day and the date. Well, I recorded this earlier. Well, it depends on which day that you are doing the exercise. Here on page 95, the topic will be a robbery you witness, and it's a recount. And here you were one of the witnesses. So let's start with this concept map. Let's go through this concept map. Here, this is the introduction, whereby you need to learn how to write down the essay on a recount and what are the elements that you need to put in. So here, who, where, and when will be the first thing that you need to take note. And for who are involved in the story, in the recount. So there will be you yourself, the writer and the brother, sales assistants and customers, and the police. And where is this place? Where does it take place? A goldsmith shop? And when did it take place? A Saturday evening. So a robbery you witness here, which is a recount, most of the tenses that you will be using, or all the tenses you'll be using, will be in past tense. And here, the problem or the conflict that happened in the middle of the story will be this. Asking yourself a question of what. So here, brother and the writer, all right, would like to buy a gift from a goldsmith shop, and 3 men barge in, and people were ordered to stand up, and you can actually describe on their outlook their appearances. And they emptied all the jewelry in 2 briefcases. And of course, if you want to add on, go ahead. And as for the resolution, so for this problem, well, you need to find out a resolution. How was the problem solved? So see, you saw the burglar alarm and you pressed it, and burglars got panic and they escaped in a car, and you try to get hold of the car number. And the conclusion of the story or the recount or the moral value, it depends on which you want to write down. So police came and you told them the car number, and the robbers were caught. And of course, you can add on a little bit more about other ideas that you would like to put in. So in general, the ideas would be this. Okay, so if you have any questions or anything that you would like to add on, please drop me a comment at the comment box. So on page 95, a robbery you witness. That will be the title of the recount that we are going to write now. And so here, these are the points that you are going to write, but you can add some of your ideas along the way. Alright, let's start right away. For the first paragraph, here, last Saturday evening, my brother and I went shopping to buy a gift for our mother. After much thought, comma, my brother decided to buy well, depends on what you can buy from a goldsmith shop. So here, to buy a pair of gold earrings. We went. So you write down, we went to a goldsmith shop. Well, you can say the sales assistant, showed us a number of gold earrings. Well, they come in an array of designs. You can say in various, in short, you can write down in various designs. My brother was enchanted by, well, or you can say was attracted to. Depends on how you want to write. But I put down enchanted by. You can write was attracted to by a pair of earrings with the design of a butterfly. Right, that will be for the first paragraph. As for the second paragraph, as we were, so something is going to happen. As we were admiring the earrings, three men wearing ski masks or wearing masks barged into the shop. Well, you can also say rushed into the shop. Right? Now, they ordered, what would they do next? I mean, the robbers, all right? So the robbers, all right, they ordered all the people, so everyone in the shop, to stand up facing the wall. With their hands raised above their heads. The 3 robbers were armed with guns, or you can also say were armed with machetes, with guns. If you don't want, you can also put machetes. You know what are these? It means alright, it means parang. Either you put guns or machetes or any weapons you think are dangerous. Alright, so here you can elaborate a bit about their appearance and the kind of clothes that they are wearing. So what happened? They were dressed in black most of the time. Yeah, that's what I see in the movie. And wore gloves on both hands to avoid their fingerprints being stuck to any of the counter or the glass or anywhere, to prevent police from pursuing them later on. So alright, wore gloves on both hands, full stop. One of them, or you can say one of the men, okay, one of them placed, you can say 1 briefcase, but if you want, you can also say 2 briefcases. Placed 2 briefcases on the counter. And ordered one of the sales assistants to empty the trays of jewelry into the briefcases. This is what we normally see on movies. The sales assistant was shaking with fear, was shaking with fear. Okay, right, like that. Shaking in fear. Okay, and reluctantly, with a heavy heart, obeyed the robber. Okay, that will be the second paragraph. As for the next paragraph, for here today, we are going to write about 4 paragraphs. So for the next paragraph, which is the third paragraph, standing quietly, standing quietly my eyes caught sight means saw, right? Caught sight of the here. Caught sight of the burglar alarm, which was not far from where I was standing. Slowly, carefully, I moved towards the alarm. Oh yeah. Okay, so here, before that, I'm going to show you this, just in case you forget. Alright, these are the points that I showed you earlier. Saw the burglar alarm, press it, burglars got panic, escape in the car, and get hold of the car number. Okay, so this is what we are going to write now. Slowly, I moved towards the alarm and tried to reach it without being noticed. After much difficulty, I managed to get close to the alarm. I cautiously lifted my right leg and pressed the red button. Or just say press the button. The alarm started to ring loudly. So what happened next was the robbers you can say the robbers got panicked. The robbers got panicked. So they grabbed the briefcases and rushed to a waiting car and drove away. I rushed out of the shop to get hold of the number of the getaway car. Alright, as for conclusion, the police came and I told them the car number, and finally the robbers were caught. You can say a few minutes later, or you can say 5 minutes later. The police arrived. I told them the number or the plate number of the robber's car. They immediately inform the headquarters. Well, which is the police headquarters, to put up roadblocks. They questioned us before letting us go. Today, or you can say the next day, while watching the news, on TV, I found out if you do not want, normally on TV it would be today, so I guess I better put today. Or you can say that day, that night. That night, while watching the news on TV, I found out that the robbers were caught and the stolen goods recovered. So this is it for the whole passage, the whole writing for Recount. If you have any ideas or better suggestion of writing this recount, do drop us or do drop me a message at the comment box. So we shall head on to the next exercise. On page 96, here's the language awareness, and we are going to learn or revise on passive sentences. Let's take a look here. Passive sentence form is used when the focus is on the action. 1. When who or what is performing the action is not important, like subject plus finite form of to be plus past participle. And the examples here: A. My bicycle was stolen. B. The email was sent. And C. The building was destroyed. Let's take a look at 2. When there is something that is performing the action, subject plus finite form of to be plus past participle plus by and plus the object. Here the examples shown will be A. The book is written by him. The book was painted by my father. C. The Ferrari is driven by the president of the company. You see, there's the word by here. Right, so we shall do some exercise on this. Let's take a look. So on page 96, grammar exercise. A. Underline the subject in the sentences below. Let's take a look at the question 1. That French fries was bought by my sister. So what will the subject be? Well, you just need to underline it. You see, so here, subject, the French fries, right? So 2, the wheelbarrow is used by the farmer. So what is the subject here? Very simple, the wheelbarrow. 3, the picture boat was colored by Jay. So the subject would be the picture boat. Yep. And here, after dusk, question 4, after dusk, the bonfire was lit up by the school campers. The bonfire. You can see the word the here. Yeah, as you can find out the pattern. 5, 2 notes were left by the director for the whole crew. 2 notes. 6, the goggles were worn by the swimmer during the tournament. So the subject will be the goggles. Simple, isn't it? Pretty simple. Let's head to the next exercise. B. Change the sentences to passive voice. Question A. They are pushing the car. Now this is active sentence, or like they mentioned here, it would be the passive voice that you need to find out, but the question itself will be something like active voice or active sentence. Okay, here we are going to try to do the first one. So the subject will be the car, placing it at the front of the sentence. So the car is singular, so we put it as is being pushed. Alright, so this is the first example I'm giving you for the answer. Let's try question 2 and see whether you can do it. Edison invented the gramophone. So the subject at the front will be the gramophone. So this is in past tense. So we would say was invented by Edison, Thomas Edison. Okay, question 3. Everybody admired your last book. So subject will be this, right? So we put down your last book. Was admired. For the cat ate the fish. So the subject will be the fish. And this is in past tense. So the fish, singular, past tense, was eaten. Alright, was eaten. You can say, by the cat. Or here you can add in if you want to, by everybody. Five, they tell us that the water is clean. Now this is a bit different. We will be the subject. We were told that the water is clean. Okay, so let's head on to the next one. So again, change the sentences into passive sentences. Question 1. Mother cooked all the dishes on the table. So here, this will be the subject. All the dishes on the table. So all the dishes, it's more than one, so were cooked by mother. 2. Rain sang a song at the outdoor concert. So at the outdoor concert, we start with this first. Well, the subject can be placed here. A song was sung by rain. If you know who Rain is, he is one of the singers from Korea. Question 3. Miss Julia brought the storybook here. Okay, this is the subject. The storybook was brought here by Miss Julia. Okay, let's head on to the last exercise on page 96. D here. Make sentences in the passive form in the given tense. So 1. Ferrari cars made in Italy, and you are to write it down in present simple tense. So here we go. Ferrari cars simple. So this is more than one. We put are here. Are made in Italy. 2. The oldest house built in 1630s. Past simple. So here it's very similar. The pattern there. The oldest house, single, and is in past tense, singular, so we put was built in 1630s. Yeah, 1630. Question 3. The meeting held in the canteen. Past continuous. So we write down the meeting. Past continuous, so we put down was being held in the canteen. And for the last question, the house painted tomorrow, future tense. The house, this is the subject, so future simple will be painted tomorrow. Remember, if you have any question, please drop me a message. Now we shall head to the next page, which is page 97. For page 97, identify the passive sentences by writing P in the boxes. Let's take a look. Now, it's very easy to identify it, whereby you can see the subject at the front. The Taj Mahal, alright, here was commissioned. and then buy Shah Jahan for his wife. Do you see others here? None at all. So here will be passive. Just put down a P here. Coming to question 4, 5, 6, and 7. He was watching, so definitely this is an active sentence. My laptop is being. Yeah, so this is the subject, is being used by my sister. Very clearly that this is a passive sentence. Question 6, the present was already opened when I got home. So this is definitely a passive sentence. Daniel found his car keys after hours of searching. No, you can't find the was or the is or the are being something. Yeah, so only 3 boxes here with passive sentences. Let's go to the next one. Over here, you have to read the passage. Read the passage or read the text below and correct the underlying errors. So here, for each question, write the correct word in the space provided. Okay, let's go through this together. During the old days, students did many odd jobs to earn pocket money. Alright, and here you can see probably this passage is in past tense. Some of a part-time jobs was just hobby in the beginnings. So some of the part-time job. Alright, so this is the, yeah. The part-time jobs. Now there's more than one here, so you can't put was, so you need to put down were. Now I'm just showing you the ideas how to change or how to correct the underlying errors, but we need to write down in the space provided. Next, a sketch of a cartoon character poster or a comic book. Who was creatively drawn? You see, here I would say a sketch of a cartoon character. So you cannot put who, you can just write down which. Okay, because this is not a real person. So which was creatively drawn would fetch. Now there shouldn't be any ed here because there is a model at the front, so you should use the base verb. So ed you take away, fetch. Okay, let's go to the next one. Fetch quite some money among the enthusiastic fans. Some even helped write love letters or became a postman for love-struck students. So here you cannot put plural here, so you can change to singular, and therefore it become man, man, postman. For love-struck students, as not everyone is talented in writing or even has good handwriting. Who has a friend which is really good, which. So a friend, this is 5, right? A friend is a person, so you should change it to who. Is really good in making colorful mind maps and short but compact notes. Students, who. Students, it's people, so you write down who. Students who can compress and optimize information in easy to understand graphics would have their notes photocopied all the time. So here would, another, the model here, so you cannot put past tense here. So you need to change it to the original verb or the infinite verb. Alright, okay. Or finite form. Alright, here have the original verb. Have their notes photocopied all the time. This kind of money-making opportunity would be hard to pass by. Staple photocopies of these notes. So it's more than one. Yeah, more than one here. So so we put down these. Alright, these notes will be enough to turn in some profits for the students. Alright, so here we write it down. We fill it up in the boxes given. Alright, that's it for page 97 and the exercises and for the lesson today. Remember, if you have any question, do drop me a questions at the comment box. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson, the next video. Take care and have a great day.